1985 Ford Escort. So this thing started life as a 1.3, as you can see, four-door GL model. Somebody has spent, or the current owner even has spent, an absolute fortune on this thing. It was factory cedar green when he got it. It has just had a full windows out, doors off, the lot respray, and it's had a massive underside restoration. He owns a coatings company, so he's used it as a bit of an advert for him. So everything underneath is coated. It's absolutely gorgeous. We will include some photos on the description of the underside, and we'll pop the camera under shortly. But like I said, it started as a 1.3. It now has a 1600 CVH in it from a Mark V with a 5-speed manual gearbox. He's also got the trouble of putting a pair of Weber 40 carbs on it, which do sound fantastic, as you'd imagine. It's got a genuine RS 1600 body kit on it, so front bumpers, rear bumpers, spoiler, all that sort of stuff, which we'll go through in a bit. And then he's gone and put some really interesting interior stuff in it. So Escort Cosworth seats, proper CAD designed, proper roll cage, not a show cage, really nice wheels to make it into the car it is today. So let's start by having a look at the bodywork, and then I'll point out some stuff as we go around. But if you want the full list of everything that it's got, well, check the description. So we'll put it all in there, everything that's been done to it. We do have loads of photos from the work. We've got a huge history file with it, with a photo album in it, showing every inch of the paintwork and all that sort of stuff. But if we start by having a look down the side of the driver's side, you'll see really lovely and straight, as it should be. It's just had effectively a full restoration. Obviously that RS 1600 body kit that's on the front there, all genuine, stamped up and everything, so not just a cheap copy. I do love this colour. This colour's gorgeous. And again, if we look at things like the arches, really nice and straight. I'm not going to go too heavily into the bodywork because it is fantastic. There is one scratch that I've managed to find, which is good. It shows that everything's human after all. If we look at this front driver's wheel, so it's got a set of genuine Compo Motors alloys on it with Uni-Royal rain support, so really good tyre choice for the car. Again, a good sign of good ownership. And then I do know the front brakes are a proper Brembo setup, but they've got Focus RS discs on them, which is pretty cool. So again, we'll go down this driver's side. You can see, obviously, the sill and everything all the way along. Lovely and clean, lovely and tidy. Like I say, we will include some photos of the underside, but if you have a look at things like the suspension components, which I know is difficult in this sort of dark light with the camera underneath it. But we'll pop our head under as we go around here and there. All the wing mirrors and everything, lovely and clean, lovely and tidy. A-pillar and everything all straight up onto the roof, which is no sign of any dimples, no sign of any ripples or anything like that. Guy that owns this car actually brought it to one of our Sunday club meets that we had. That's how we got introduced to the car. And somebody mentioned that it was going to rain, and you've never seen anyone leave a car show so quick. So good idea on how much care he's taken on this thing. Nice and clear glass all the way down. Both doors on this side, lovely and straight. Now the scratch I mentioned earlier on is here. So you'll see it just there. But I mean, we're filming this in 4K, really close, and you're just about seeing it. So you've got to get right on top of it to notice it. Obviously, we've got this RS 1600 decals down the side, all nice and clean going down here. There is a little bit of a lump in the paint there, which I would imagine we'll polish out. Another nice, clean, tidy arch on the rear. Another good wheel and tyre. Going round onto the to the rear of the car. Got this RS 1600 bumper, spoiler, sorry, which is lovely and soft. It's not dried out or cracked. It's not faded anywhere. Really nice and clean all the way along. Both rear light lenses, nice and bright, no cracking or anything in those. Rear bumper sits lovely and straight, but obviously that's just been off the paintwork, so it's been put back on properly. A nice original sort of dealer style plate. If we have a look under the back here, you can see obviously all the suspension components, exhaust and everything really nice and clean in there, as you'd imagine. It did sit in his showroom, if you like, on a ramp to show what they can do. Obviously a good advert it was. So around the spoiler and things, there is PPF on the paint just to protect it where the spoiler's been put on. It's obviously a good sign. And then all around this rear window, lovely and tidy all the way around. have another look at the roof from this side and give a good look down the gutters. Again, roof's lovely and straight. Look down the passenger side of the car. Panel gaps and everything are really good, which is important. The doors have been off recently for paint work. They've all been put back on properly. Another good wheel and tyre. Another nice straight arch. And then a look underneath from here. And again, as you can see, lovely and clean under there. Can't really go on about that too much. So it's kind of one of the main features of the car for me, apart from that colour, which is gorgeous. So going down the passenger side, there's not really any scratches or marks to note at all, to be fair. You've got a little scuff on the corner of the wing mirror. You can't really even see that, to be fair. It's A-pillar, lovely and clean. Bottom of the windscreen and on this panel all the way along. Really nice and tidy. On the windscreen itself, no sign of any corrosion or anything like that. Front passenger wing, all good on there. Another good wheel and tyre, like I say. Round out the front, so you've got your RS 1600 spot lamps, fog lamps, like I say, genuine stamp body kit. And then you've got the decals on the bonnet. Really cool looking thing. Bonnet's all nice and straight. There's no sign of any stone chips. In fact, actually there is, I'm lying to you. There's one stone chip there, there you are. I've got a tiny little one on the sort of flat part above the plate. You can just see there. So interior wise, obviously the rear has been stripped out, which we'll show you in a second. But we've got the Escort Cosworth hex style seats, gear door cards. I mean, these are probably my favourite. The Escort seats, just quite cool really, and they suit this car perfectly. You've got a little bit of wear on the bead on the bolster, but other than that, nice and tidy all around. No funny smells or anything in here. There's no nasty stains on the headlining. Nice clean steering wheel. We do have an immobiliser that does work. Top of the dash and everything all nice and clean. That's not cracked. Got an aftermarket, what is it? Pioneer head unit in there. Like I say, 5-speed gearbox in it to go with that CVH. The car has done 74,000 miles. I'm told we have loads of history to go with that, so we can back that up. But again, check the description, we'll detail all that for you. So all the door checks and everything were painted along with the rest of the car, as well as the inside of the doors. Now the cage is a proper welding cage, not a cheap show cage. It was CAD designed. Local company, Crawltech, they do some pretty amazing work. Feel free to have a look at them on the internet, because what they do is fantastic. And obviously because he's done that, he's got the trouble of cleaning all the floor up, polishing that all up so it looks really good. And a fifth matching comp motor, which is, for me shows a true sign of attention to detail. Most people would just leave that blank. So yeah, really good looking interior in there, or what's left of the interior if you like. And we'll have a look at the passenger side. Again, like I say, gear door cards. It's a bit of a sort of, what you call like a sort of tide mark, isn't it, where someone's got in with wet trousers or something on. Maybe it's been when they've dashed away in the rain from our Sunday club meet. But again, a good steam cleaner will get that straight out. But other than that, no sign of any wear on the passenger seat. Dash is lovely and clean. No sign of any dried out cracking or anything like that. Have a look under the bonnet. So like I say, 1600 CVH. If you have a look under here, all the plaques and panels, lovely and clean. Lovely and fresh. You have to excuse some dodgy camera work for a second while we pin this bonnet up. Okay, so it's lovely and clean along here. Inner wings and everything, really nice and tidy. Strut taps and everything, all very good. Now it's got an RS 1600 rocker cover from memory, and I know it's got a 4-branch manifold, but again, we'll list all this in the description. Nice gauge and everything there for your fuel pressure. And like I say, twin Weber carbs, twin Weber 40s even. So we'll start it up because it does sound fantastic. So it's just a case of cancelling your immobiliser, key in the ignition, off you go. We'll give it a little rev from the front so you can hear those carbs, and a little rev from the back so you can hear the exhaust. As you can see, no sign of any fluid flying out the back, no oil, steam, nothing like that. It's not dropping anything on the floor. And again, you can hear that nice and smooth, nice and quiet. Put a hand in there and Give it a little blip. See if we can get a good fat hand in there. So again, really nice sound. You're only going to get that from a big set of Webers. So there you have it. Some real time and attention to detail gone into this thing. If you check the description, we'll put what we know about it. We've got tons of history. I've got loads of write-ups from the owner. And again, we'll put some pictures of the underside on it when we can get it on a ramp. But if you've got any inquiries, please get in touch. If you want extra videos or photos, if you can't get to us, we're happy to do a video call so we can show you the car. Or of course, just come down and have a look for yourself. So like I say, anything else you need, just get in touch. Thank you.